Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight we're going to look at the JPA One-to-Many because there's two ways to implement that actually. And we are going to implement this together. So first of all, let us create a new package right here. So we have a new package named One-to-Many. And what we're going to play around with this time is a cargo spaceship. So we have a cargo ship right here. This is our cargo spaceship, and that is an entity. And we want to have no args constructor and all args constructor, like this. And then it needs to have an ID. So then we will say, and it is a generated value. So and the strategy is to have it automatically being filled out. And because we're using a H2 database, that means that they will actually use a H2 sequence, but it will automatically do that, so we do not have to think about that. So we have an ID right there, and there's also add data from Lombok. So that means that we get the getters and setters for free, and also the toString and equals and hash code for free. Those will just be generated for us. So we have a cargo ship right here. That cargo ship has a description, so it has some kind of a name or some kind of description, so we can know what kind of cargo ship this is. And then we need some cargo. So let us create a new class again. This is cargo right here, and again this is an entity like this, and it is data. We have no args constructor, all args constructor. The reason why I create those constructors is because then if I want to serialize it into the action, for instance, then we need or if I want this to be converted from a REST call, then I need the no args and also the all args constructor. I need that, I need no args constructor for the entity generation. So let us just say there's an ID right here, and here we have the generated value, strategy equals to auto again. And then we have an integer, which is the ID, and as usual, I forget the scope. So private integer ID right there. And then we have a string. This is a cargo type. So cargo type like this. And so now we want to join these two together. So we have a cargo ship, and that can have many pieces of cargo inside it. So we want to have a list of cargo right here. Cargo list, that's okay. And as usual, now we get an error because we need to, whenever we have whenever we have a property that is not a wrapped primitive or a primitive itself, then we have to say what kind of mapping that we are dealing with right here. In this situation, we are dealing with a one-to-many mapping right here, and we want to map it on this. We want to map it on the other side. I mean, so we want to create an extra column on the cargo side. So this means that we will actually say that this is mapped by the cargo. So this will actually have the cargo on the cargo side. We need to create a cargo ship like this. So this means that we will not map it on this side, we will map it on the other side. And let us do that. So we will go to cargo, and then we will say private cargo ship, and then cargo ship like this. And this means that now the cargo, of course, again, we have to say that this is a many to one mapping right here, because we have many pieces of cargo that can be attached to one cargo ship. So this is a many to one that we have right here. And here this time we want to define our our mapping, our relation, how it should actually be done. And we want to use a join column. So that is one way to join these two together. So we want to have a join column, and that could be like we want to name the column. What could we name that? That could be cargo ship underscore ID like this. So this is our join column right here, and that means that then we will actually then we'll get on each row on the cargo. Then we will actually get a cargo ship ID where this cargo actually fits into. that's quite cool. Now we need to create some repositories so we can actually save these entities right here. We do that with interfaces. Quite easy with Spring Data. So cargo repository right here, extends JPA repository. And if you're wondering what is the difference between JPA repository and the CRUD repository, the CRUD repository, the difference is that the JPA repository you can call flush. So if you any doubt, always use JPA repository. So we say cargo and we say integer right here. Yes, and then we copy this repository. So we also have a cargo ship repository. Of course, we have to change the type. Now the type is a cargo ship like this. And now I want to create some entities. So this means that I want to have a cargo ship populator. This means when my application starts up, then because I have this as a component, and then I create a method named postConstruct, then I can actually create some cargo ships right here. So it means that then I can create some entities, and then I have something to look at inside my database when I go and look inside my H2 console in just a couple of minutes right here. So we need the private final. We need the repository so we can actually use those. So I will take the cargo ship repository like this, and we need to duplicate this line right here because we also need the cargo repository, and then we need this lombok, all required args constructor. This means that a constructor will automatically be generated with these two fields right here. So here we have the cargo repository. And now let us create some entities. So first of all, we want to create the cargo ship because we need the ID of the cargo ship before we can actually set that on the cargo side. So you always want to create the child, and in this situation, it's actually the cargo that's apparent right here because it's on the cargo that we actually have that we are pointing to. That we have the relation actually at all. So we have the relation on the cargo side, and on the cargo ship side, we just have a mention of it. We do not define the relation at all. It is defined right here with a join column. So this means that we want to create the cargo ship first. So let us create some cargo ship repository, and then we say save, and then we can create some new ones. I like the builder pattern, so I'll just say cargo and not annotate with builder. Again, this is lombok. That gives us these features right here, so we don't have to create all of this code ourselves, and we don't need to use constructors that might change over time. The builder pattern ensures that we don't have to change have to change these cargo if I change the number of fields that I'm dealing with. So let us go and create a cargo ship builder right there. So, and then we say that the description of this cargo ship should be, this can be a round cargo ship. And that's actually it. So now we have created a round cargo ship. Let us create one more. Duplicate again, Control D for duplicate. So then we have maybe a box. So this ship looks a bit like a box. It's a spaceship, so it can look whatever we feel that it should look like, right? So now we have created two cargo ships. And let us now create some cargo. So now we want to create some cargo. Actually, I only want one cargo ship. So then let us have some cargo repositories right here, save. And of course we can have a save all right here. Then we need an iterable. Let us just save them one by one. That's okay. Let us create multiple at the same time. It's okay. List of. So now we're creating a lot of a piece of cargo at the same time. So this means that now we say cargo builder, and then we do that a lot of times. But we need to give it some kind of description. What should this cargo type be right here? This could be some fruits that we have in this this cargo right here. That's fruits, and maybe we also have some. Maybe we can have some minerals, and maybe we would have some rare metals, and maybe we could have a computer. We also have a computer in the cargo. Actually, I want to create them one by one because I actually want the ID. No, I don't. Sorry. This is fine here, and then I actually want to set the. I want to set the cargo ship also already. Yeah, I want to set the cargo ship already. Yeah, that is what I want to do. Like this round, and that's it. So then I'm setting the cargo ship right away, because the reason why I can do that right now is because this cargo ship has already been saved. This means that it already has an ID, and when I set the object like this, then JPA will actually set that ID that we defined, the cargo ship underscore ID, will be set on the cargo table. So this should actually this should all add up like this. So now we have saved all of those. Let us see if this actually works. So let us, I've already my application started, so I'll just restart my application, and then we will go look into the database if the application starts up without any problems. It did. It started up right now. This should mean that now we should be able to go to our H2 console. I'll just refresh this. So here I have my H2 console, and the reason why I can see this console is because I have exposed that in my Spring properties right here. I've set the H2 console enable to true, and I have said that this should be the path. And here we have the information about the H2 database. H2 is a memory database. That means that every time I start up my application, the H2 database also starts up. And this is the username and password that I've chosen to use right here. And the database name is called Space right now. So that's just so you know, now I'm connecting SASA. And here we have the cargo and the cargo ship. So if I start the cargo right here, then I can see that I have 4 pieces of cargo, and they all point to the spaceship 12. So if I then select everything from the cargo ship, then I can see that 12 is actually the round ship. So this means that our relation actually works. Right? I'm quite happy. If I want to, I can join these two. Tables if I want to. So cargo. Yeah, join with cargo, and this is C right here, and then I can say where S dot S, that is the cargo, that is the ship ID, equals to C dot cargo ship ID. So then I can create an SQL like this, and now I actually have data from both tables that have been joined together. Quite awesome, quite cool. This is very easy. There's another way to do this, and let us just jump into that. One-to-many, and then we will say, I'll copy all of this, one-to-many, and then we will say dot join table. So this means this is because we can actually do this with join table. So I'll just say add right here. So join table one-to-many. What happened right there? The package name one-to-many join table. Let us just, yeah. So here we have the join table in here, and I will just prefix all of these with join. Okay, and I will just prefix this with join, and we just prefix all of this. It does not take that long. So it's just so we have different classes, so we actually know which class that we are dealing with. And this also means that now I will get different tables. My tables now here will be named to join, and then okay, I did not. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so that's fine. And we have, yeah. So this is actually cool. Again, now we have the join. We have this join cargo entity right here, and it points to the join cargo ship. This time we do not want to use a join column. We want to use a join table instead. And if we use a join table, then the solution is much cleaner, because you do not have to add an extra column to any of your tables. But of course, it's also a little bit more complex. You have to go through this extra table when you want to see your when you want to connect the two tables, so the other two tables. So let us just say that we want the join column right here. And the reason why it's in plural, that's because you can actually have composite keys, composite columns. Here we have a join column that is the ID that is of the cargo. And actually we want to, it does not matter where we are mapping this. This should actually be okay. This should be totally fine. And then we say join, then we say inverse join columns. That's the other way. So here we say again, this is from the join cargo ship to the cargo join column. Join column like this, and then we say this should be the name, and the name here is also ID. And yeah, so that is actually okay. We actually need to name these a little bit better. No, these are actually okay. So these are actually the names. These are actually the names that they will be given inside the new table. We have not named the table yet. That we need to give it a name actually also. So the table right here should be join cargo ship. So this means this is a join special table that would have this weird name right here, join cargo ship, and then it would have two sets of columns right here. And I think this would just, I think the table actually from the cargo and from the cargo ship will be prefixed to this ID right here when it is being created. So, but I think this is enough. Let's go to the populator. Again, let me just look at the ship, receive the ship. The cargo ship again here, it does not define any mapping. It just says that this is mapped by the cargo ship of the join cargo right here. So, and the cargo ship is this property that we have right here, or member variable, if you will. So, but this is okay. This is cool. So we have the populator right here, and the populator just saves, just like it did before. And let us restart the application and see what kind of mess we get in the database this time. No, what kind of data, of course, we get in the. Okay, first of all, there was an error right there. So it said repeated column in mapping. Yeah, that is because we cannot name them ID. So if I go to my join cargo right here, then the join column right here, this should be cargo ID, and this should then be cargo ship ID. Those should be the names. Of course, they cannot be named the same. And I misspelled. It's okay. We will continue. We'll continue. Or not. I'll just change it. Sorry. So I'll restart my application once again. The good thing with Spring Boot is it has become a lot faster to restart the application actually. It doesn't take many seconds, as you can see. So, and every time I restart my application, then my memory database will actually be dropped and then be created again, because this H2 is a memory database. So I will just connect right here, SA. Let us see what kind of tables we have right now. We have the join cargo right there. And so let us select from that. What do we have there? We have fruit, minerals. Yes, we have the join cargo ship. Let us also select from that. Or let us just select that actually. We have the join cargo ship, that is the 17 round, and then we have the join table that is named join cargo ship, and we have that right there. And here we actually can see we actually have the joins. We have the cargo ship ID, which is 17, and then we have all of the cargo IDs, which are those right there. That is quite cool. So let us just join them together with SQL so that we can actually see that we can get the data that we want. So join cargo, and this could be C. I like to use aliases, so we don't have to write so much afterwards. So join cargo ship. This could be S, and then we have the join. That could be J for join, and then we say where C dot ID equal to the join table, and then we have the cargo ID and the ship dot ID equal to again the join table dot cargo ship ID, like this. And just copy this if something goes wrong. So, and again here now I've actually joined the two tables with by using a join table. I am quite proud of myself. As you saw how easy it was. There are two ways of joining these. It's two ways to join to get the same results. Which one would I recommend? I actually don't know. Sometimes I like the column, just the join column way, and other times I actually like to use the join table way. If you're in any doubt, then just use the join table. You get an extra table in your database, but you get more flexibility also, because let's say that suddenly you would like to change this to a many-to-many relation. Then this is quite easy because you already have the you already have the table in between. That's all for me for today. As usual, I will place the code on my GitHub account, so you can just download and fork it if you want to, and if you want to check it out. Thank you very much for all of your comments, and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.